Hey there, Wildcats. We know that you're all getting ready for the end of the spring 2020 semester, so Think Tank wanted to share one of our favorite resources with you, the Final Exam Planner. We think that you'll like the Final Exam Planner because it'll allow you to organize information, reduce the unknowns, it'll help you prioritize, it lets you see your finals at a glance, and it'll help you manage your time. So, to use this resource, start by just filling out one column at a time. Begin at the top and work your way down. In this example, you can see that this student is taking an English 102 course, so they start by just writing the course title at the top. In the next box, they will write the due date for their final exam or project, and if it's due at a specific time, you can make note of that as well. If you don't know when your assignment or exam is happening, now is a great time to pause and try to find that information. You might want to look on D2L under the syllabus or course schedule, and if you can't find it there, take a moment to reach out to your instructor or to friends in the class. In the next box, you can make note of the exam format. In this case, for English 102, the student has a portfolio due. Now, making note of the format is important because when you get to the end in that final box, that'll really help you decide which kind of strategies and methods you want to use to prepare. In the next box, you can use the drop-down to note whether your final or project is cumulative. And to review, cumulative just means that it incorporates all of the content from the class so far. A portfolio would definitely be cumulative, so we'll choose yes. Next, you can note any kind of content that might go into that exam or project. So for this student, the portfolio will be made up of Essay 1, Essay 2, and Essay 3. In the next box, you can write down anything you know about your grades. So start by writing down what your current grade is in the course. And again, you can usually find that in D2L or by talking to your instructor. You can also make note of how much the final is worth. In this case, the portfolio for the student is worth 25% of their course grade. And it's also a good idea to write down what kind of grade you think you need on that final exam or project to get where you want to be in this class. So in this situation, this student has a pretty high score of 90%, so maybe they could put a low priority, but because the final project is worth 25% of their total course grade, we'll keep it at a medium. In the next box, you can write down any kind of remaining coursework that you have. So for this student, they have a discussion post, a group project, and an annotated bibliography. Finals time is a really easy moment to lose sight of some of the smaller projects and assignments that you have to do, and so just making note of them can help make sure that they don't go unnoticed. Next, go ahead and write down your timeline for preparing. So this student is going to try to start studying and working on their project 6 days in advance, which means that they will want to begin on May 6, 2020 to meet that deadline of May 11th. Finally, you'll want to write down any kind of strategies, techniques, or methods that you want to use to prepare. So for this student, they're going to try to do some outlining. They might visit the library website to find scholarly resources, and they will maybe book an appointment at the Writing Center to get some feedback from a peer tutor. There are a lot of other strategies you might want to consider, such as SQ3R, active versus passive strategies, and even spaced repetition, interleaving, all these cool things. If you want to learn more about them, you can connect with an academic skills tutor. So I mentioned the Writing Center, I mentioned tutoring. If you want to learn more about that stuff, just visit Think Tank's website at thinktank.arizona.edu. All of that information is there. Now there's one more page on this document, and it's a calendar. We think that a really good time management tool not only helps you know what you have to do, but it helps you make a plan for how you're going to do it, and it allows you to protect the time that you need. So this is a great place to make note of any other kind of obligations, duties, or things that might take your time as you're trying to prepare for those big exams and projects. A really good one to keep in mind that's coming up is registration for most freshmen, which is happening on the 20th. So we'll make note of that here. We like this document too, just because it also shows other important dates that are coming up in the semester. So that's it. You'll know that you're done filling this out when you just have a clear picture of what you need to do and how you'll accomplish each goal. Well, once you're finished going through each column, just give yourself a pat on the back and know that you're going to go into your finals feeling confident that you've prepared. That's all there is to it. And once again, if you want to download this resource or see more resources like it, just visit thinktank.arizona.edu.